Well, mass layoffs have hit YouTube, and well, I can't say that I didn't see this coming. Honestly, maybe we owe an apology to Susan Wojcicki. Well, I wouldn't go that far, but they did bring in some Indian guy, Neil Mohan or whatever, and basically it's all been downhill since. The site is full of AI slop. Payouts are as bad as they've ever been. I know that people love when YouTubers or content creators talk about money, but just year over year, October, November, and December is when most YouTubers make the most money. This October is, even with the same views that I had last October, down probably 30% in earnings, maybe more. If you try to go to shorts, it's full of AI garbage. And I believe that YouTube is in bigger trouble than they're letting on. And this video or tweet by Neon, which I wanted to give a shout out to Neon over at Clownfish TV, he wrote, OG YouTube is officially ending. Employees are offered buyouts. YouTube as we've known it is officially over. The company is being restructured into 3 new divisions, and employees were offered voluntary layoffs and buyouts today. And this was all employees that qualified, all of them. Now, I don't know what qualifies or what doesn't qualify, but that's a lot of dimp. That's a lot of employees. If you're offering buyouts to all, that's actually bonkers. That's actually bonkers. The media is blaming AI, which is likely part of it, but it seems to point to YouTube changing its focus away from the you and more into the them in the Hollywood studio system. Well, I would also argue that YouTube, and I've talked about this with their AI nonsense, if they can replace my video with an AI video that they themselves generate, that was generated off my video, off my hard work, they don't have to share the 30 cents on the dollar with me. And that's already what they did. That's perfectly ideal for them. Replace all these original creators and build an AI machine off their content and then just replace them. That's exactly what they're doing to content creators, by the way. YouTube for a very long time has basically been, and by 2026 it's going to almost be exclusively, if you're a creator and you can't get your viewers to support you, you're going to be in big trouble. Why do you think I've been pushing the quartering.com/join so much? Earnings are down massively. And if I don't build up my membership, I've already had to lay people off. But I mean, I know that people love it when YouTubers talk about money, so I don't talk about it. But by the way, if you want to support the show, go to the quartering.com/join. It's $6, but then you can talk directly to me in the members Discord. We have a Halloween contest, November Thanksgiving contest, Christmas stuff going on. All your friends, people with like-minded, will be hanging out there, and you support the channel. So I hope you'll do that. In fact, by the way, one division sounds like they're going to try to compete directly with Netflix. Does this explain all the weirdness going on with YouTube over the past few months? Probably. It feels like there was definitely a plan and they waited to pull the trigger until they were ready. Rip YouTube, it's been real. So then he put out a long episode about it, which I recommend you watching. Back in February of last year, a lot of people were quitting YouTube. And a lot of people are thinking, hey, they must have got the heads up on this. YouTube to offer voluntary buyouts to employees amid AI disruption. Staffers that want to leave the video platform will be eligible for a severance as CEO Neil Mohan, Indian guy, restructures the entire company into 3 groups. YouTube continues to be a dominant force in advertising and entertainment, but the disruption from generative AI spares no company. In a memo to staff Wednesday, YouTube CEO Neil Mohan cited the disruption and opportunity of AI as a reason to restructure the video platform. This executive creating a new reporting structure for the company's product team and rolling out a, quote, voluntary employee buyout program, offering severance to any YouTubers that may want to leave the company. Now, I'm a content creator. I create content on any platform that will have me. I live stream every day at 2 Eastern on Rumble, Fridays at 1 Eastern. But, still the lion's share of my revenue comes from YouTube, which is down, not in views, but in revenue, about 40% year over year. Imagine making half as much money and doing the exact same amount of work. Is that going to continue next year? My prediction is yes, which is why I'm trimming staff and why I'm trying to push my memberships, add more value there. I could really use you to go to thequartering.com/join, by the way. A source notes that no roles are being eliminated as a part of the changes, though voluntary separation programs sometimes serve as a prelude to cuts later on. No, they always serve as a prelude. Remember when the federal government offered, voluntary buyouts, and then what did they do immediately after that? They fired a bunch of people anyway. The decision to offer buyouts comes the very same week that Amazon and Twitch announced that they were reducing their workforce by 14,000 jobs, citing the exact same AI disruption. Going forward, YouTube will have 3 product organizations with top executives from each reporting directly to CEO Indian Neil Mohan. Subscription products will be led by Christian Ostelin and include oversight on YouTube TV, YouTube Premium, YouTube Music, primetime channels, and other business lines. Viewer products, led by Joanna Vulich, will focus on YouTube mobile and living room apps, trust and safety, YouTube Kids, and infrastructure and other key areas. And, oh, by the way, creator and community products, which will be focused on supporting creators, including through YouTube Shorts and its generative AI tools. YouTube is expected to bring a new leader in for that organization. You used to actually be able to find new people when you did YouTube Shorts? You used to find new people. I used to do them, and I would add subs, and they wouldn't necessarily watch my long form content, but they would watch my shorts, and it was cool. AI now, not AI, but YouTube Shorts is literally just pure AI videos or videos that are created with AI slop. Like, they're uploading thousands and thousands and thousands of videos a day of like TV clips, and then they take Joe Rogan saying, wow, you want to see something crazy? And then they just play some completely unrelated clip that Joe Rogan never even talked about. It is a complete disaster. And creators that have made their living on this website are in real risk, especially the ones that aren't yet as established as, say, my channel is. I'm hoping if stuff ever gets really bad, I could get, 2,000 people to sign up to be a member. That would go a long way. That would cover my staff. Right now, I casually promote it. But if you're just at the edge and you were just kind of getting by, I just don't think YouTube's ever going to get better. It's not, suddenly payouts are not going to get better. Suddenly AI is not going to stop taking over the platform. YouTube is going to push us all out. That is a absolute fact. Did I mention thequartering.com/join? Anyway, in his memo, Mohan said that AI is the next frontier for YouTube. In an interview with the Hollywood Reporter for this month's cover story about YouTube, Mohan explained why he thinks AI will ultimately work in the service of human creators. It won't. It will replace us. I do think creation is an area where AI can help enormously by making the process easier, by making it more efficient, faster, and also by making it more powerful. Then why does YouTube force me to allow them to use every video I upload to their platform for their own generative video engine? I don't know what they call it. Whatever their version of Sora is. You can't even opt out of it. If you upload a video to YouTube, you agree to let YouTube use your content to basically replace you. That's what they're going to do. The YouTube chief added, quote, I think we are in the very early days of those type of possibilities. I think my hope is it will create a lot more opportunities that the entire supply chain of creation, not just help the creators at the top. Well, yeah, it's going to help a bunch of people in India and Pakistan who, push out AI slop. You see Shad Brooks, some of us like Neon and Clownfish TV have been warning about this all year. The days of new large creators supporting a business from ad revenue on YouTube is over for most of us, unless you have direct viewer support, and the YouTube golden age is dead.
It is becoming more and more apparent that the problems that I've been pointing out regarding YouTube and how it's been changing these past year to now 2 years has been getting confirmed and noticed by far more creators on the platform.
Overall, the channel's been very on the struggle bus lately, which Luke and I were talking about earlier, especially very lately.
Yeah.
Even WAN show today, it's like about three-quarters. Yeah, three-quarters of what it would normally be.
Something's a bit weird on YouTube, more so than usual, I mean. It started back on August 13th when they dropped a new AI update, and my Ninja Gaiden Ragebound Fully Ramblematic that came out that very day saw unusually low views, like it didn't crack 100k for over a week. That was unheard of for my stuff.
So over the past month or so, I have noticed some very weird things going on with YouTube, not just with my channel, but also channels I follow. And recently, over the past couple of days, a lot of content creators have confirmed some of my suspicions. They have come out and talked about major problems going on with their channels. And these are content creators from all different types of backgrounds and sizes, where they're reporting very low viewership on their videos. Like,
I would say my viewership is in general okay. I have more stinkers than I usually do, but I do have the occasional like banger video that does really well. So it kind of is offsetting it. Like my viewership really hasn't dropped much. Plus, again, I'm constantly promoting Rumble, so people are going there to watch. So my drop isn't really off a cliff like it is for some people, but my revenue is off a cliff. And at this rate, next year, I'll be back to, and which again is still an amazing blessing. But by this rate next year, I'll just be back to making my own thumbnails, and that'll be it. It'll just be me and my webcam again. And it was still, I mean, it was incredible. It's still an incredible opportunity, but the golden age of YouTube is dead, and the creators have been replaced by AI as well as the staff. So all I can say is it was an incredible run, and that I hope that my viewers see enough value in my content to support me directly at thecoordinator.com/join wherever you watch, because Lord knows I need you. For the first 1,000 members, it's $6 a month. So we don't have 1,000 members yet, but I'm hoping by the end of the year we do. And then by, maybe my birthday, we can double that and get to a level where we don't really have to worry about this. But it really, really is the end of an era. I hope you were informed by this video. If you were, please do leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please subscribe or follow down below. We'll talk to you again real soon.